Someone's lying in bed at 2 a.m., trying to fall asleep. Everything's quiet, everything's peaceful. Then suddenly, like a slap across the face, their brain decides to replay that moment from 3 years ago when they called their teacher mom in front of the entire class. The stomach drops. The face gets hot. They actually say, "Oh God," out loud, even though nobody's there. Why does this happen? Why does the brain keep these embarrassing moments on instant replay while letting 1,000 good memories fade away like morning fog? My name is Kino, and I spend way too much time thinking about why our minds torture us with memories of awkward moments. If you've ever wondered why your brain won't let you forget that one thing you said at a party 5 years ago, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this resonates with you. Because what's happening here isn't random. It's not punishment. It's actually your brain trying to protect you using a system that's thousands of years old. Here's the thing about human brains. They're not built to make us happy. They're built to keep us alive. And for most of human history, being embarrassed or rejected by your group could literally get you killed. Think about it. Our ancestors lived in small tribes of maybe 50 to 150 people. If someone got kicked out of the tribe for doing something stupid or offensive, they were alone in a world full of predators and dangers. No group meant no protection. No protection meant death. So the brain developed what scientists call a negativity bias. This means it pays way more attention to bad stuff than good stuff. When something negative happens, especially something socially embarrassing, the brain treats it like critical information that needs to be saved forever. The part of the brain doing this is called the amygdala. Think of it like an alarm system. When something embarrassing happens, the amygdala lights up like crazy. It floods the brain with stress hormones, especially one called cortisol. These stress hormones act like highlighter fluid on memories. They make them brighter, sharper, more permanent. But positive experiences, they don't trigger this alarm system the same way, so they don't get the same treatment. They don't get highlighted and saved with the same intensity. That's why someone can remember exactly what they wore when they tripped in the cafeteria, but they can't remember what they wore to their friend's birthday party last month. Research shows this happens to everyone. When scientists study memory, they find that people remember negative emotional experiences way better than neutral or positive ones. The brain puts emotional experiences, especially negative ones, into a different storage system. It's like the difference between saving a file to a temporary folder versus burning it onto a permanent disk. And here's where it gets even more interesting. These embarrassing memories don't just sit there quietly in storage, they pop up randomly, often when someone's trying to relax or fall asleep. Scientists call these involuntary memories, memories that just appear without being invited. They happen because our memories are connected to each other in networks. Something in the present moment, a smell, a sound, even just a feeling, can activate a whole chain of connected memories. When someone's brain is at rest, like when they're about to fall asleep, there's this thing called the default mode network that becomes more active. This is the part of the brain that handles self-reflection and thinking about social stuff. So, right when someone should be drifting off to sleep, their brain is actually getting more active in the exact areas that store embarrassing social memories. The brain is basically running a review. Okay, what social mistakes have we made? What do we need to remember not to do again? It thinks it's helping. It thinks it's protecting us from making the same mistakes. But here's the frustrating part. The brain can't tell the difference between a real threat and an embarrassing moment. To the alarm system in the brain, saying something awkward at a party registers the same way as being chased by a predator. The amygdala doesn't care that nobody even remembers what happened. It just knows that something felt socially threatening, so it's keeping that memory on file forever. This is what psychologists call mood-congruent memory. When someone's feeling a little down or anxious, their brain is more likely to pull up memories that match that mood. So if someone's lying in bed feeling worried, their brain goes, "Oh, you want to feel worse? Let me help you with that," and serves up every embarrassing moment from the past decade. The wild thing is that most people who witnessed these embarrassing moments don't even remember them. Research shows that we massively overestimate how much other people think about our mistakes. There's even a name for this, the spotlight effect. We think everyone's paying attention to us and remembering everything we do wrong, but they're actually way too busy worrying about their own embarrassing moments. So, what can someone do about this? First, understanding what's happening helps. When an embarrassing memory pops up, that person can recognize, oh, this is just my amygdala doing its job. It thinks it's protecting me from a threat that doesn't actually exist anymore. Second, trying to push the memory away usually makes it worse. It's like telling someone not to think about a pink elephant. Now that's all they can think about. Instead, research suggests just acknowledging the memory. Yep, that happened. It was embarrassing, and I survived it. Third, the emotions attached to these memories do fade over time, especially if someone doesn't keep rehearsing them. The brain naturally makes old memories less emotionally intense. That's why something that felt devastating at age 14 might seem barely significant at age 30. The brain holds on to embarrassing moments not to torture anyone, but because it genuinely thinks it's protecting them. It's using ancient survival software in a modern world where saying "you too" when the waiter says "enjoy your meal" isn't actually a life-threatening situation. These memories persist because at some level, the brain thinks they still matter. They're reminders that we care about how we show up in the world, that we want to belong, that we don't want to hurt people or look foolish. That's not weakness. That's being human. The goal isn't to delete these memories or stop caring about social connection. The goal is recognizing that the alarm system is on too high, scanning for dangers that aren't really there anymore. If this video helped you understand why your brain replays your most embarrassing moments on loop, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how the human mind works. Share this with someone who needs to know their awkward memories aren't unique. Everyone's brain does this. Let me know in the comments, what's the one embarrassing memory your brain refuses to let you forget? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.